Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Dr. Bob here coming to you from beautiful Oregon. It's raining today. Kind of rains every day lately here. November's our rainiest month. Right? Who knew it rained so much in Oregon, right? Anyway, welcome. This is week 9 and just have a few things I want to talk to you about this week. First off, I want to thank those of you who catch my mistakes, whether for some reason a lecture didn't get posted or you find a problem with the quiz. Thank you for letting me know. I really appreciate that. You're a great bunch, and it helps. It helps me because I'll probably use much of this same course when I teach it again here. Who knows? Speaking of that, I do have a couple of courses that will be coming up. I got to take a look at my board here real quick. I will be teaching Self and Society beginning January 4th for UCLA, and that's from the 4th to March 21st. And then I'll be teaching Intro to Sociology beginning with March 28th to June 13th. So if you know somebody or yourself, you want to take the course, there it is, online for you. Okay, so great participation again in the discussion board. I'm so impressed with this class. You all do such a wonderful job. You grasp the concepts and then you're able to use them in ways that show me just how intelligent you really are. So wonderful bunch. This week you're going to be asked to, in the discussion board, some of you have already started participating in that as well, to look at what kind of questions you might have when researching a community. And I do this on purpose at this time because you're almost getting to that point where you're going to finish up that paper, right? At the end. And I want you to give some thought to the methods you're going to use and the questions you're going to ask. You know, typically urban ethnographers ask these kind of questions. Michael Bohr, when he was writing about it in Faithful to Fenway, you know, what happened here? What do I want to know? These are the questions you'd be asking. What happens here as well? Not just the history, but what happens right now? And maybe more importantly, and this comes, I suppose, from that urban culturalist perspective, is what is the culture of this place? You know, a project I'm working on right now, I'm not really making a whole lot of progress on it, but I'm working on it. I call it agriculture, right? Almost like two words. Because I live in a rural community. I went from a very vibrant community of Las Vegas, Nevada, to this rural community of about 9,000 people. And it's very different. But there's an interesting culture here, and I'm just beginning to grasp that after living here 8 months. So anyway, that's what we do as sociologists, as ethnographers. So, okay, enough of that. Let me just talk to you real quickly about the term culture. And that is, remember, culture has to do with a lot of different things. It isn't, you know, people, when they think of culture, they just think of maybe race or ethnicity. But culture has to do with your norms, your values, your traditions, your food, the music, the clothing, all of these things, traditions and whatnot that are passed down from one generation to the next. That's what makes a culture. Okay, for your paper coming up, it's due this Sunday, so be sure you're finalizing that paper. If there are still questions you have, feel free to ask me, but it seems like most of you are coming along pretty well. You're doing a great job with that. Please do not attach any photos. Canvas, for whatever reason, just kicks them out. It cannot handle photos. It's too much stuff there. So leave the photos out of it. And try, if you can, just to submit it through the regular text. You know, if you have to copy and paste it in, that's fine. If you have to attach it, that's fine too. It just makes it a little more difficult for me to grade it. And remember, it's all about making things easier for me, right? What's my other note here I have? Oh, preambles. Avoid preambles. What's a preamble? Here's an example. Since the beginning of time, sociologists have wanted to know, da-da-da. No, cut all that out. Get right to your point, right? Here's what I want to study. Here's how I'm going to study it, right? I say something like, there are many different ways to research the community. Here's this way and that way and that way. No, again, cut that out. Get right to the point. Those are preambles. The other things you can do if you're having a hard time trying to cut it down to 4 pages, and you can go a little over 4 pages if you have to, but you know that's the challenge here, a writing challenge, to keep you to 4 pages, 5 at the most, really, is to cut out those preambles. And a lot of times if you look at a sentence and see how you're beginning it, and then you'll have a comma, and then you'll have the point of your sentence. Sometimes you can just cut out that part before the comma and just cut right to the part of the sentence, which is the meat of the sentence. Maybe there's words you can take out, or just one word. You know, go along sentence by sentence, see if you can cut out some of these things, and you'll find that you're not only going to be a better writer, you'll write more succinctly, but your message comes across more clearly. People want to read your stuff. Okay, I think that's all I have for you. Have a wonderful week. Again, if you have any questions, problems, concerns, please let me know. I'm always available, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.